Good evening. Welcome to the Professor Dor Show. Here is nearly 8:30 p.m. I'm sure soccer fans all over the world are waiting for the big game between Liverpool and Arsenal. Let the best team win, in my view. So today I want to talk about the Trump ban from Colorado ballot. Trump ban from Colorado ballot. So a few days ago we had some story news that the Colorado Supreme Court had banned Trump from being on their ballot. You see, America has many states, and each state has its own electoral laws. So the Colorado state decided to ban Trump from the ballot because of the January 16th uprising in America. You know, when Trump lost the 2020 election, his followers, his supporters went to the American Capitol, where you have the Senate, the Congress, and did a lot of rioting, damage. So there's been a court investigation which has put Trump into many cases. Up to now, I don't know, he has over 20 cases leading to, it's called election malpractice, corruption. The guy is in a lot of quagmire. This is the first US president to face to be in court. The others have faced court cases, but after the retention, most American presidents are allowed to go and rest, and while away their days as in their retirement. But Trump has been from one court to another court. He's the first president to be photographed. You know those mugshots. Which presidents, which prison are accused take. You know, in America, when you're arrested, they'll give you a mugshot. Then you go to court, whether you are guilty or not. As long as you're in the system, they take a mugshot. The first president in the American history to get a mugshot. So they took his mugshot. It was a big thing. And even Trump fundraised on it. So we find that Trump is a very interesting character. So by the Colorado state, they banned him from the ballot. So now by banning him from the ballot, it means that the 2024 election, people in Colorado who want to vote for Trump, they cannot vote for him because he won't be on the ballot. We're assuming that he's going to face Biden. So he won't be on the ballot. Now this got me thinking about Trump being banned from the Colorado ballot. You see, Trump, with these court cases, that's why the Supreme Court banned him because of what transpired in, is it January 16th or 18th? I think the January 16th commission or something. We have both houses investigating him, the Senate, the Congress. But in the Congress, it's a bit lucky now. The Republicans control the Congress. Now they have turned the hit on Biden. It's called the laptop from the Biden's son's laptop. Something about Ukraine. I don't even understand it. So now Trump is an quagmire. Let's assume the 2024 election is between Trump versus Biden. Even let's put it better. Between the current president, Biden, and Trump. So if that's an election that will be won by a slim margin. You know, America has, the American system, the electoral college. The person with the most electoral college wins, whether or not he has gotten a popular vote. Remember in 2016, Hillary Clinton had the popular vote because most of the Democrats, most states with the most population are usually Democrat, like New York, California. So she won the popular vote. Trump won the electoral college. So if it comes down to the wire electoral college, and Colorado has banned Trump from running, those are 9 electoral college votes. Election can be decided by 2 electoral colleges. In fact, those will be the electoral colleges that will determine the president. You see, in America, once people vote per state, they win against the state's electoral college votes. That's what Trump was trying, his people were trying to block in January 16th uprising in the state capital, something like that. So now, I sat down and then I thought to myself, now Trump an interesting character. When he was running in 2016, he ran as an outsider and won the election because he was saying America first policy, no more wars, control trade between America and the China, make it fair. He was talking about energy independence. He was talking about law and order. So he did that the first 2 years, and even blocking immigration, build a wall, which he never built. So now, many years later, he messed up the corona crisis. Had he handled corona well, and American deaths would have been, in fact, had he shut down America for 2 years, the economy would have collapsed to zero, but people would have died less. And then when they opened up, the economy would have just shot like a rocket. That's my view. And he would have been re-elected in 2020. But what did the character do? He messed up the corona. The corona epidemic, many Americans died from the figures were being given on in the news media. And then the uprising January 18th, January 16th. Now you see, he's in a quagmire with all these cases. So he exposed himself. Had he lost the election and just accepted, okay, I've lost, I messed up, let Biden rule, I'll come back. Now he'll be in a strong position and he should be participating in the debate. Trump is not participating in the debate. For now, it's helping him. But as these cases now, what he just needs, out of those 20 cases that he's facing, around 30, I've never seen any human being in the whole world. Even the toughest criminals here in Africa face over 30 cases. The most is just 3 or 4 serious ones. He has 30 serious cases. If one case is convicted, his candidacy is done. And that's what the Republican Party knows. That's why I have a feeling they are going on the side of Nick Haley. Nick Haley is seen as an alternative to Trump. In fact, they say he's Trump. They say he's Trump in heels. But he's more considerate, more tempered, has temperament. She doesn't, you see now she's talking, oh, Russia would fight for Ukraine, will give Ukraine more money to fight Russia. But when she's president, she'll reach a compromise with the Russia because they know as long as Russia is closer to NATO, China is weak. As long as Russia and China are together, that's 50-50. And who was the upper hand? China, because of a younger population, more resources, more investment in Africa. So America is so to say, is like an empire in decline. It's at crossroads. So now back to Trump. Trump banned from the Colorado state ballot. If the Supreme Court, now the big one in America, upholds that decision, I don't think the Republican Party will stick with Trump. They'll decide, let's have a compromise candidate at the last minute. They just decide, they have those conventions. When if Trump has the most primary wins or the most votes today, they'll just turn on him. All of them will just be forced to turn on him and give this thing to Nick Haley. Nick Haley is the former ambassador to the UN, and she will run for president and beat anyone who runs against Biden will beat Biden. That's a fact. So Nick Haley somehow is being prepared. But now, there's a curveball. If the Supreme Court in America overrules the Colorado Supreme Court, removing Trump's name from the ballot for the 2024 election, we are going to have a second term for, second presidency of Trump. Because the first one was 2016 to 2020. Now the second one will be, if he wins that case in the Colorado state, it's called the American Supreme Court against the Colorado State Supreme Court ruling, it will be the second presidency of Trump. The first one was a bit chaotic because he brought it to himself. He was lying a lot. He didn't know mass communication. People like us who know communication, you speak less, you act more. You have allowed those investigations they were doing, is called the Russia investigation, pollution to run its course, and he does his work. And he stops attacking the minority